Welcome back, guys. My name is Tunji Frames. I'm the founder of Pivot to Tech, and this channel is dedicated to teaching people how to build applications with Gen AI. So, in my last video, I talked about NotebookLM and how you can do some research. Essentially, I was trying to research pain points related to resumes and people using resume builders and ATS tracking keywords and all that kind of stuff. And just trying to see how we could make a better resume builder and just the experience behind all of that. So, I had all my sources from like Reddit and other forums, and eventually I was able to get NotebookLM to provide me an MVP recommendation, which you can see right here. And if you want to see how I have an overview of this research in my last video, if you want to take a look into that, I'm happy to, send you that link, or, you can watch it. It's my first video also. But now what we're doing is we are going to take the content or the recommendations from NotebookLM and essentially just try to build that out, right? So if you look over here, the recommendations are, let me scroll down a bit. I believe it's here. Here we go. So there are a few things, I think like 6 recommendations, but I really only care about the first 5 or so, because the 6th one's about, offering charging people. But at this phase, I'm not really looking to charge people yet. It's more for one, just seeing, just testing out these tools to see how good they are in building software, and just trying things out. So essentially here, the MVP proposal, the first thing is asking us to do is to have a feature for importing our resumes, simple job description input, so allowing you to copy and paste the job description, keyword highlighting and matching, right? So I guess the whole idea is, if you have matching keywords, highlight that certain color. If they don't match, also highlight that certain color. Basic missing keyword guidance, resume download. So pretty straightforward, but I guess nice features as well. And what I did was went over to Firebase. So Firebase is owned by Google. It's a competitor to like the leading full stack or prototype tools out there. AI tools like Lovable or V0 or Bolt. And it was in preview for for a minute, but I think right now it's in production. So happy, and I like it so far. It's been pretty cool, and I have done some work with it actually. So what I did was, over here I posted the or I pasted the recommendation to the AI, and essentially said, hey, use these recommendations and build me an MVP, right? So Gemini, I believe it's 2.5 Pro, went ahead to give me what the features were. So resume import, job description, keyword matching, highlighting, missing keywords, guidance, resume download. So, and this is a UI it presented, right? And I think later on I asked it to provide a score. So essentially, let me know what keywords are matching, and just let me relate the score from the resume to the job description, and give me a score of the words that match. So I'm going to also take a sample resume and job description, and we're going to test out this user experience. Right. So over here, I have pasted my resume. So essentially, all the things I've done, my work experience and all that stuff. And what I want to do is find a job description. So I have, mostly Angular experience. So I'm going to type in Angular and Indeed and just find like a sample JD. Okay, found one over here somewhere in Markham, Ontario. So copy this. Right. And all right, so on the left-hand side, I have my resume, and on the right-hand side, I have my job description. So I am going to hit analyze resume. Let's see what it gets out. So while it's doing this, there are a couple of tools that I got to learn that Gemini is using. So, of course, I mentioned Next.js is it's used. Did I mention it? Don't recall. But yes, Firebase Studio uses Next.js as its prototyping tool for building the applications, and GenKit is the AI powered or says for AI powered features, specifically for resume and keyword placement suggestions. So GenKit is native, I believe, to Firebase Studio, and it's kind of like what you. I know you can import the model as you want to use, so Gemini Pro, for instance, and use that to enhance it and give it AI features. You'll give your application AI features. So never used it before, and it's quite exciting to actually see what that look like. So okay, let's get back into the application, and it's done some analysis in decent time. I think it's under a minute. So right here is my resume, which I can edit, so I can change a few words over here. Not bad at all. And here is the highlights. So the highlights in green are essentially represent the words that match what's in the job description. So I guess these words there's a good match in the job description. But then if you look over here, keyword match score is 25%. And it says aim for a score of 70% or higher for better ATS compatibility. And then over on this side, it has some keyword analysis, right? So it's counted the amount of keywords that match the job description. So I have 56 words in my resume that match the job description, but I'm missing 170 keywords. Now, from in my honest opinion, I do feel some of these words, like for instance, like but, these are not strong keywords. These are generic keywords. These are generic words, and I think some of these words can be left out. So probably going a little deeper into, I guess, the dictionary or bag of words that I want it um to to process as opposed to the generic words, and I'll have to do more research into refining, refining the keyword dictionary that the AI should be looking out for. But over here, it also has some suggestions as to things I can add. So, for instance, it's saying I can add seasoned application developer in the first sentence of my resume. Also, some things to add in areas of expertise, so like workflows, insurance, and all that. So, for a prototype, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty decent. I'm not disappointed. UX looks decent as well. I'm not a very big fan of this like plain text UI. I definitely would have wanted a better experience. But that brings me over to what I did over here. Right. So over here, I did create like a proper resume builder. And what I did was so one of my buddies, my childhood friends, he has a resume builder that he built on his website. So I essentially told it to create me a resume builder similar to the one on this page, right? And I gave it a theme and all that. So it went ahead and created this resume builder, pretty nice, like the format. Not all the functions work, by the way. It's like print PDF doesn't work. So, but I can do certain things. I can change, it just changes in real time. I can, add more words here, and essentially even I can also change the style. So make it classic, make it technical, make it minimalist. And if you want to know more about the prompts that I use, obviously this prompts are here in Gemini, but I'm happy to also put that on my website. A link to if you want to check it out later on. But yeah, this is essentially what the AI did for me. So it built up these two applications. What I do want to do now is to find a way to combine these two experiences. So I want it to be able to, I want to have a section where I would have the um, this resume optimizer, and also have the crafting AI, or the builder. So that's something I'm going to try and do up next.